Hello, how you doing? Hey, second episode. Woo, I'm back. So yeah, I'm just gonna turn up my volume a little bit. It's a bit slow, a bit quiet, I should say. How's it? All right. So yeah, I'm back for a second episode. I've uploaded the first one now, so I'm just gonna see how that's doing. Okay, not doing terribly good at the moment. Come on, guys, we can get it up higher. Have a quick talk, I suppose, about Subway, because last week they had a Subway Appreciation Day, and where I believe if you bought a drink from Subway, you'd get your sub free, which I was so annoyed because I didn't know about this until I already spent my money, and I bought a Dr. Pepper at Costa at my college. And then people were like, oh, if you bought that Dr. Pepper at Subway, then you would have got a free sub. I was so annoyed. It was sad. I was like, oh. Although there was a huge queue outside of it. But, I mean, it's crazy. Subway must have made such a packet on that day. Like, they must have earned so much. Because, like, I mean, the queue was huge coming out of Subway. Like, it was going, like, right the way along this leisure park where it's situated. And if that's happening in like every Subway all around the world, blimey, man. You know, like, they also made so much money. Even if they were giving away like subs for free. I mean, they must have made so much. But yeah, I decided I'd talk a bit louder in this podcast anyway, because in the last one I was talking very quietly, mostly because I wasn't in the house by myself, so it felt really awkward because I felt like one of them was gonna come upstairs and be like, who the hell are you talking about? No, who the hell are you talking to? And I'll be like, oh god, no one. And then they think I'm crazy. But hey, it's easier talking by yourself loud. So that's what I'm gonna do. So the new film Dracula Untold has just recently come out, and I really don't know what to make of this film, because like I haven't seen the reviews of it on Rotten Tomatoes, so I've just gone to Rotten Tomatoes now to see what the reviews are like. Because last time I checked, it's not doing great. 30%, although 63% of audiences liked it. So it's doing slightly better with audiences than with critics. This is what they've said about Dracula Untold. Neither awful enough to suck, nor sharp enough to bite, Dracula Untold misses the point of its iconic character's deathless appeal. Ouch. But no, because I'd seen like clips from it and stuff, and in a way it looked alright. I kind of thought, that looks not too bad. Which possibly has something to do with the music for it, because the music is Everybody Wants to Rule the World by Lorde, which is a good song. And then again, his armor looked good. It had nice production values to it. But then again, it was like Dracula and making out that this is the untold story and all that, and that's just a bit soppy and stuff. So I get it. I kind of get why it's not doing that well. But I know it didn't look that bad. But hey. And then there's the film Annabelle, which I believe is a horror movie. It's getting 32%, which, not great. Oh wow, it's a prequel to The Conjuring. Now, The Conjuring was a good film. I enjoyed that. Actually, I don't know what that gets on Rotten Tomatoes. I'll have a look at that in a minute. But apparently it's all about the Annabelle doll in The Conjuring. And all it says for more info is, before The Conjuring, there was Annabelle. Great. Actually, yeah, not getting amazing reviews. Basically says, Annabelle borrows unabashedly, that sounds weird, from better horror films content to leave viewers with a string of cheap jolts that fail to build on the far more effective The Conjuring. It'd be interesting to actually see what The Conjuring got, because I did enjoy it, I just don't remember much from it. The Conjuring. Because, like, wow, 86%. Bloody hell. Wow, that's amazing. Especially for a horror movie. Like, from any standards, 86% is a good score. And that's a horror film, crikey. And wow, that's one where critics liked it more than audiences, who gave it 82%. Well-crafted and gleefully creepy, The Conjuring ratchets up dread through a series of effective old-school scares. Wow, there must have been something in that they actually enjoyed then. Because if they did that in any other one, they'd be like, it borrows its scares from old-school horror movies. You know, whereas this one's like, effective old-school scares. Well, they must have enjoyed it then. I mean, no, I know it was a good film, but I don't know. I find The Woman in Black scarier, and Insidious Chapter 2 scarier. But hey, you know. But, yeah, that's really weird. Actually, yeah, this brings me on to this film, Joe. I've just seen it here. Because I heard nothing about this movie, but it has, like, Nick Cage in, and he gets 86%, which is decent. But I have no idea what it's about or anything. All I know is it's Nick Cage with a beard. But yeah, it's kind of... Yeah, I was about to say, so it's kind of come out of nowhere. But I was on Rotten Tomatoes and I was looking through the other day of like the best reviewed movies in the cinema that have come out this summer, I should say. And it had like... Well, it had like the Rotten Tomatoes score of all the kind of summer movies that have come out. So X-Men Days of Future Past and stuff like that. And so I mean, if we go into best movies of 2014, let's see what they've got. Let's go from 20 down. 20? Oh no, wait, no. 20, The Lunchbox, which kind of interests me, but kind of doesn't. In a way, I'm like, yeah, I want to see that film. In another way, I kind of don't. It could be a bit dull. Then there's Ernest and Keller Stein, which I don't know. The Rocket, don't know. Then Edge of Tomorrow at 16. I missed out a couple. But yeah, Edge of Tomorrow, which it's quite funny because it didn't do terribly well at the box office. So for its like DVD release, they've changed its title to Live, Die, Repeat, Edge of Tomorrow, which does say a bit more about the plot. Live, then die, then repeat it again. You know, live, die, repeat. But yeah, it's quite funny. Then Dawn of the Planet of the Apes gets 90%, as well as Edge of Tomorrow, which also gets 90%. Then they have Blue Ruin at 14, which that movie's quite good actually. Like, I mean, it's an indie kind of thriller, revenge thriller type, but it really is quite good. I mean, I gotta give it props for being pretty good. Like, I mean, part of it, I felt, I mean, it's quite realistic, which is nice, but part of it, I kind of feel like it could have been a little bit more, I don't know, thrillery. I mean, it reminded me quite a lot of Winter's Bone, which is a brilliant film. Which is a brilliant film. But yeah, it's Blue Ruin, because 96%, it's pretty good. Then Love is Strange. haven't even heard of that film. Then at number 12, X-Men Days of Future Past, which is good, 91%, same as Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm still surprised actually that Avengers gets the best score for like superhero movies, like Marvel superhero movies. You know, forget the Dark Knight. You know, if we include the Dark Knight in that, that would just be unfair. But then we get down at number 10, The Grand Budapest Hotel, which was interesting. I didn't enjoy it that much. I've forgotten most of what it was about and stuff. But, at number 9, Guardians of the Galaxy, brought that up in the previous podcast. And then number 8 is from Snowpiercer, gets 95% from 161 reviews. So it's had a lot of reviews. So to get 95% from that is quite something. And it's like an action film that's kind of just come out of absolutely nowhere. Like, I hadn't even heard of it until it started getting like really good reviews. I was like, wow. I mean, it has like Chris Evans, who plays not the radio DJ, but the actor Chris Evans, who plays Captain America in the Captain America films and the Avengers and stuff. You know, he's in it. And then you've got like Tilda Swinton's in it, and you got who else? John Hurt and Jamie Bell. So I mean, the cast is quite good. Or at least those four are. But I don't know. It came out of nowhere, and I really don't know what it's about. To be quite honest, but I kind of want to watch it, so I'll probably watch it at some point. Then number 5, the film Starred Up, which when it first started, like when trailers started coming out for that film, I thought that looks absolutely atrocious. Yeah, it's 99%. That is crazy. I mean, for any movie, that's crazy. Like, wow. So yeah, I voted like the 5th best movie of 2014. And I mean, I know some people are like, oh, it's brutal, it's hard hitting and stuff like that, and I don't know how entertaining that's gonna be, but I guess good reviews, so I might probably watch it at some point. And then number 2, the Lego Movie, of course. I mean, come on, it's the Lego Movie. It's great. It's a brilliant film, and like everyone's kind of in love with that film. I mean, it's great. It's a good film. I enjoyed it. My mum didn't. I went to see it with my mum. She didn't enjoy it at all. She was like, "Oh, that's boring." I was like, "That's amazing. What are you chatting about? It's boring. It's brilliant." And it's kind of like everything you want from a Lego film. It brings back all the memories of playing with Lego, because you know whenever you get a box of Lego from like a car boot sale or something, or from a cousin or something, and you get it and you're looking through it. Pardon me. And sorry. And there's always a plaster. Oh god, I'm getting hiccups now. There's always a plaster. Like, no matter who you get it from, there's always a plaster in your Lego box. It's so awful. But for some reason, there's always one in there. And I don't know why it gets in there. Like, I swear, like, I've never dropped one of my plasters in one. But if I was to give it to someone else, they'd find a plaster in my Lego box. It's crazy. And what's nice, though, is that in the Lego Movie, they even brought it up in that film. Because the villain's just like, have I shown you my relic collection? And then good cops are like, no, I don't think you have. And stuff. And then, like, and he's just like, nobody knows where this stuff comes from. I call this one the Cloak of Band-Aid. Band-Aid obviously being Band-Aid, the American for plaster. And, and he's like, pulls out a gloppy old plaster. But it's just the fact he prefixes it by saying nobody knows where this stuff comes from. It's so true. No one knows where plasters come from in Lego boxes, but they're always there. So yeah, I that's something I loved about the Lego Movie. And then number 1 is hardly really a surprise. It's Boyhood. I mean, that film. I mean, like, all I've kind of heard is it's Richard Linklater's brilliant. It's Richard Linklater's brilliant movie, whatever. And I don't know, like, I kind of want to watch it. It looks like a nice film, and it looks like it's kind of going to be jolly and stuff. And I mean, I don't know if it's just critics being like, oh, because they made it. Because it's a film that they made in 12 years. Like, it took them 12 years to make it, just because they made it at like different moments in life. And well, I imagine it's probably good. I imagine it kind of has to be good. It's done so kind of well. It's done so on cinemas and stuff. And I mean, I quite like Ethan Hawke. Like, he's done some really trashy films. But, it's probably pretty good. Oh god, I'm out of breath. So I have to run downstairs. But I mean, they've said epic in technical scale, but breathlessly intimate in narrative scope. Boyhood is a sprawling investigation of the human condition. Actually, that just brings me on to Liam Neeson, because so he started off with Taken, and apparently the whole point, like the kind of reason why he did Taken was because he felt that all the young action heroes were pussies, which is quite funny. I believe that's what he said about it. And so obviously he brought up Taken. Actually, I don't know what Taken gets on here, but Taken was good, and we all kind of enjoyed Taken. And what does it get on Rotten Tomatoes? It gets 58%, which isn't great, but actually everyone seems to like it. So, it's an enjoyable movie. I don't know what they say about it. Taken is undeniably fun with slick action, but it's largely a brainless exercise. It's true, but actually it's quite interesting because it gets 58% from critics and then it gets 85% from audiences. And then obviously Taken 2, and everyone was like, oh my god, that movie is atrocious, and it's like, okay, fair enough, maybe it's just really bad. And now they've just released trailer, 21%, and then users 53. Less good. Because I believe in Taken 2, his wife gets taken, because the family of his, of all the people he killed, are like seeking revenge. Then he did one, it was before Taken 2, but it was just after Taken, called Unknown. And, let's see if I can find this. It's Taken, 58%. There was, of course, the A-Team, 47. I actually enjoyed that film. It's Unknown, 55. It's 55. It gets a little less than Taken, but actually doesn't do too bad. Then Taken 2, 21%. Needed Non-Stop seems to be the better reviewed, 60%. And now he's just released A Walk Among the Tombstones, 66%. So it's like, with each of his kind of decent ones, he's Taken, maybe even Non-Stop and Walk Among the Tombstones as well. Maybe now he's actually getting, I don't know, maybe people kind of know what they're in for, and so we're just kind of going along for the ride, and they're just like enjoying it. But it's interesting though, because he played Schindler in Schindler's List. You don't expect him to really start beating people up and shooting them to death and stuff. You don't expect that from Schindler. He's Schindler. He's nice. He's a nice man. And Aslan and the appalling Qui-Gon Jinn. Something you don't really expect. But Right, I'm going to stop talking about movies and I'm going to try and go on to something else. It's such a shame there's so much I can talk about with films. I'm just going to go on to the Mirror. Let's see what the Mirror has to say about things in the news at the minute. Looks like Greg Wallace has just been eliminated from Strictly Come Dancing. I don't watch that show, but the Mirror doesn't have anything interesting to actually say. But actually, there's something that said on. Actually, I just want to spend a quick minute to talk about Alien Isolation, because the movie gets decent reviews on Metacritic, and the graphics look quite nice. And I watched like IGN's What Do People Think About Alien Isolation. It was a lot of people kind of screaming, which I think, they weren't making it out it was worse than it was, because they were probably paid by Alien Isolation to do it. Hey, 15 hours, 19 minutes and 27 seconds until the game's released, which means that by the time I've released this video, this podcast even, this will be done. But the overall summary is Alien Isolation is a first-person survival horror game which captures the fear and tension evoked by Ridley Scott's 1979 classic film. Players find themselves in an atmosphere of constant dread and mortal danger as an unpredictable, ruthless xenomorph is stalking and killing deep in the shadows. Underpowered and underprepared, you must scavenge resources, improvise solutions, and use your wits, not just to succeed in your mission, but to simply stay alive. And in a sense, I kind of agree with that. First of all, it appears that there's only one xenomorph, one alien, which is nice, and that's kind of going back to it, because the kind of point of Alien was to be scary, and Aliens wasn't at all, because there were just loads. It was just a war movie against the aliens, whereas Alien, it was like one that was just going around killing everyone, and it made it really scary, because you didn't know when the team was going to strike. And I don't know, it seemed scary when there was one. It was like, because there's one, then because there's one alien killing the entire crew. That's terrifying. But in Aliens, its entire army of aliens can't actually take down all of these soldiers. It doesn't entirely follow the way it should go. Because in Alien, there's this one alien. Ugh, because I'm spit on the mic. Yeah, I mean, there's one alien. It could own all, you know. And then in Aliens, they're all just kind of just running at them, and then you just got the Marines all just gunning them down, like, yeah, you know. And then there's the classic line in Aliens, "Game over, man, game over," you know. But Alien, it was a lot kind of creepier and scarier. And it does seem like Alien Isolation's going back to that, because they've got one. But a large part of what was scary about Alien was that often you'd only see its shadow or a part of it. Whereas in Alien Isolation, sometimes you walk around a corner and you just see the alien just walking. And it's like, oh, okay. So it's just chilling. It's not doing anything. It's just having a little chill. And it kind of ruins it slightly. But then again, it kind of makes it scary. Actually, it's quite interesting on Metacritic how Watch Dogs, it got like, people hated it. I mean, its user score is 4.5 out of 10. It gets 503 negative reviews from users. You know, it's bad. But critics have actually enjoyed it. I'm giving it 77, saying, in the modern hyperconnected world, Chicago has the nation's most advanced integrated computer system. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, now that's nothing interesting. Because it kind of seems like everyone... Well, I don't know, maybe people just aren't taking Watch Dogs for what it is, which is really more of a techie game. But so maybe some people are taking it as like a rip-off of GTA 5. Because, I mean, GTA 5, come on, gets like the best scores. I've heard stuff about this game, Divinity. Oh no, forget Divinity Original Sin. I don't like that kind of game. But let's see what games are doing good for PC at the minute. Yeah, well, yeah, Metro 2033, yeah. I kind of expected that to do pretty well. Upcoming games for PC. Actually, I know at some point there's going to be the new Assassin's Creed game, but I don't know when that game's coming out. Oh well, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. What have we heard from that recently? I mean, it comes out on November 3rd, so we do not have long. And then Assassin's Creed Unity, November 11th. I don't know if I want this game or not. Like, part of me kind of wants it. But then again, I kind of want to save my money for GTA 5. Although that's not coming out till like February next year, I don't think. I think that's what it says on Steam. I'll check in a minute. Pretty sure it says February 2015 on Steam. So, I really don't know. Because GTA 5 was so good to play with friends. Like, the best game. But then the Assassin's Creed Unity has co-op on it. Which is the thing. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. I might get Assassin's Creed Unity now, and then when GTA 5 comes out next year in February, I'll get that as well. Good. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, I've cleared up my nostrils a bit. Oh. Right, I'll look up GTA V. Oh. Great. It has to be Grand Theft Auto V. Does it come up? Yeah, it does come up. I've already got it on my wish list. Okay, it says early 2015. That could quite easily mean... I don't know. That could quite easily end up meaning March. I wouldn't wait till March, really, but still. But I mean, one thing though is, I mean, obviously graphics look nice. It does look like a really good, nice kind of looking game. For graphics and stuff. I mean, even if it looked the way it looked on Xbox, it would look nicer than GTA 4 on PC, in my opinion. I know whilst like the resolution isn't there, Yeah, it still looks nice. Wow, that looks sick. I'm just looking at one of Trevor on the back of the plane. Looks pretty sick. But yeah. Wait, actually, what does GTA 5 get on Metacritic? Because I've got GTA 4 on PC, and my one kind of gripe about it is the single player is awful. God, I can't stand the single player in GTA 4. But a lot of people have been like, oh no, the single player in GTA 5 is really good. But the thing that annoys me slightly, which I think this is the case with GTA 5 as well, is that actually apparently it's 112 days until the release of GTA 5. Crikey, what does that mean? Oh dear. I don't know what day that's going to be, but is that often you can only unlock particular things like the ability to get an aeroplane or something once you've done a particular mission in the single player. Well, with GTA, I'd much rather just to like, I don't know, just to like, just if they had your single player, which is exactly the same as it's done in this, in like normal GTA games, but if they then had a separate mode, which was like free roam mode, where you could just do whatever you wanted, like there was no currency to it, you could just, I don't know, you could just grab a gun and cause absolute mayhem, and that would be brilliant. I don't know. But no, apparently it's 112 days until GTA 5's to be released. Let's see what's going to be. Wait, I'll try and find out how many weeks that is. This could take some time, guys. And then I'll probably call it a day once I've figured out what date they've got it set to. Well, wait, maybe it will say... Oh, okay, January 27th. It did say early 2015 on Steam, so January 27th seems like a good day. So there we go, guys. GTA 5 on PC could be released in January 27th, 2015. And on Xbox gets 97. Which the best reviewed score of any game on Metacritic is Half-Life 2, which gets 96. GTA 5 on Xbox gets 97. Who's pumped for GTA 5? Whoop, whoop, whoop. So I think I'll probably get both of them. GTA 5 and Assassin's Creed Unity. Well, it depends. So GTA 5 is definitely coming out on Steam, so I'll definitely be getting that one. Whilst Assassin's Creed Unity, if it doesn't come out on Steam, I probably won't. I mean, the thing was, it was on Steam for like a second, and then it wasn't. I'm like, damn you. But hey, thank you guys for listening to this Hodihi podcast. Goodbye.